Okay, so this is my cellular transport project, and this whole thing demonstrates the cell membrane. This is the phospholipid bilayer, this whole thing right here. And it includes phosphate heads, right here, lipid tails, cholesterol molecules. This is the big channel protein, this is a peripheral protein, and then this is a glycolipid. And then cell transport is necessary because it helps the cell maintain homeostasis with the outside of the cell. First, let me demonstrate diffusion in the fluid mosaic model. Diffusion is the movement of atoms or molecules from an area of higher concentration to the lower concentration. For example, it is used in cellular respiration. Both oxygen and carbon dioxide move across the cell membrane by diffusion. They move down their concentration gradient. Let me show you an example of oxygen diffusion. As you can see, it went through the cell membrane from the outside of the cell to the inside of the cell. Next, I'd like to demonstrate the process of osmosis. Osmosis is the net movement of water across the cell membrane from the area of lesser solute concentration to higher solute concentration. To demonstrate this, I have used a gummy bear to represent what happens to a cell by osmosis depending on the solute concentration. In this blob example, the gummy bear represents a cell that has been put in a hypotonic solution. Because of osmosis, water rushes into the cell to equalize the solute concentration. This causes the cell to swell and get as big as possible. In the dry gummy bear example, the cell has been placed into a hypertonic solution which causes water to leave the cell and the cell to shrink and get shriveled up. Next, let's talk about facilitated diffusion within cellular transport. This is the process of spontaneous passive transport of molecules across a cell's membrane by specific transmembrane integral proteins. This is specifically used by polar molecules to diffuse into the cell by passing the hydrophilic layers of the cell membrane by travel through the integral proteins. Here is an example of a polar atom going through an integral protein down its concentration gradient by facilitating diffusion. Now I'd like to demonstrate the sodium-potassium pump. This is used in nerve cells in the organism to maintain electrical potential across the cell membrane. The charge differential is used to transmit electrical signals along the nerves of an organism. The pump uses ATP to move 3 sodium ions out and 2 potassium ions into the cell. And this is the ATP, and then this is the potassium. So the ATP goes here, and the potassium comes here, and then the sodium goes out. And finally, I want to represent endo and exocytosis. Endocytosis is when a cell, such as a white blood cell in your immune system, is trying to take in a bacteria for it to be destroyed or killed. And it happens through the process of endocytosis like this. And now it's in the cell. And then exocytosis is, for example, when an endocrine cell makes a hormone and he tries to release the hormone, such like this, coming in, and it's out.